So actually, I was like, I have an Episcopalian friend who introduced me to ALCA, and this Episcopalian friend is in Dearborn, Michigan. So, I mean, I was like, why you're wearing this weird dresses like in color when I saw him on, on Facebook. So, because, I know him from Lebanon. He told me that I'm a pastor with the Episcopalian Church for Arab and Middle Eastern communities in Dearborn, Michigan. He told me the Lutheran Church, they are seeking to have a new pastor as well for and a new mission for Arab and Middle Eastern communities. I told them, I'm with the United Nations. I have a very good job. I'm very well paid. And no, I guess I don't want to do that. It was in 2016 or 2015. And after that, he told me, why? I mean, you just know them. You just, I will introduce you to the pastor that he's seeking these new opportunities for Arab people. And he knew that I had already a master's in theology from Lebanon and another degree, a master degree in clinical psychology as well. So yeah, and I was designing some programs within the United Nations. I was a senior program manager. So basically I designed psychosocial support programs for refugees and host communities, and to build bridges between them and to, all of these things that happen when you have refugees. And part of it was interfaith as well. So I worked on the interfaith components and diversity management. And and I just told him, okay, I can meet with that pastor. Let us meet with him. And he introduced me to Khadr al-Khaliliya. He is a Palestinian pastor. He's the director of Arab and Middle Eastern Ministries in ALCA in Chicago. And here I am. So we negotiated like for 2 years and a half. And still not all of what negotiated for were clear, actually.
Sure.
But for me, it was an adventure with God. So I wanted to have like my first 40 years were like my career, my UN career, my secular career, my humanitarian career. And now I wanted to shift to my other 40s, maybe, or less or more, I don't know. So to have a new adventure with God within the church. Well, actually, it was like through my whole life. So I had like my biggest turning point toward like God and church and how I perceive God. It was my experience inside the prisons in Lebanon. So within one of my portfolios with the United Nations is to work with prisoners in Lebanon. And I discovered there that our dignity is not given for us from other human beings. It's a gift and a grace from God. So, and if you want to see the person who ever committed like whatever crime, to see him in God's eyes and not in our own eyes. And his dignity is from God and not from us. And it was like, and to see, it's very hard. In actual things, when you are facing someone, a criminal, so you will have to struggle with this idea, seeing a criminal or a child of God. So, and it was like very struggling for me to see this part of the humans that despite what they did in their life, what was their crime, so you can see the human being behind them. And I learned that, for many years. So I was there, I guess from 2006 till 2013, I worked inside the prisons, 2014. Wow. And it was a huge turning point, actually, to see and to perceive my call and in life and within the church, and my call as a human being and as a humanitarian person and humanitarian aid. After that, I guess it was like the fruits of this turning point, and the spirit how is working in my life. So I guess every step by then it was like guided by the spirit somehow. I mean, I had a very good job. I had everything that I need. I had money. I didn't need anything. And it was like, no, the spirit is guiding, I need you to serve my people, to serve my church, to serve the people within this institution, the church, and to do things, not from outside, but from within, from inside, and to bring more people to this church, maybe in a new way, maybe people that they are struggling within the history of this church that hurt many of us. I mean, many of people that they belong or they don't belong to the church, and we all know our history. So I guess part of it was this journey of seeing God in each turning point and how He was guiding me through projects, through partners within the United Nations, through interfaith relationships, and all this shaped my journey to just like I'm here now, I guess. So basically, I was raised Catholic in a Catholic church. So it's an Oriental denomination within the Catholic Church. It's called the Maronite. So and I was always raised Catholic. And when I was discussing with the LCA, I mean Pastor Khadr. So as well, I was reading about the LCA, the teachings, how things are, how the theology of the LCA, the Lutheran theology, and for me, I mean, this shifting was just like it's more human oriented. What I learned from LCA and the theology of the Lutheran Church, especially in the teachings and in the social teachings. So it's more like more up to date, more oriented to what's really happening within the society and within the communities, and it's not just like we're seeing it from above. So it's a theology that it's rooted within the communities, within the day-to-day living circumstances and everything. Just in these 3 years, I had to do the deconstruction of my faith, actually, and to maintain what I really believe and strongly believe in, and to just question what was like taught to me and I don't believe in, or was dictating to me, just like this is the only truth that we have. So these 3 years allowed me to just ask questions and not to be afraid to ask questions, even about God, even about theology, even about social teachings that I was not allowed before to ask before this process. And this is part of how I'm still asking questions, and I'm still in the deconstruction process, but I'm better now, I guess. So, this is part of how my faith changed, mostly in these like 5 last years, and now I guess I'm beginning to get used to and to be more to tolerate more new ideas, new ways of thinking, new language of talking about God, talking about faith, talking about teachings, talking about church. And this deconstruction is like, it's a hard thing to do. It was not very easy, but I guess I'm in the process, and it's a continuum for me. So You need always to question how this relationship will be shaped within your life, within your community, within your personal growth, within your job, within everything that you are dealing with on a daily basis. Thank you. And I guess a part of what's really like hard in this thing is to transmit this to the community, to the Arab community, because within the Arab community, you don't have many Lutherans. So the majority are like Catholic or Orthodox. Very, very few Protestant Baptists or Presbyterians, but you don't have Lutherans. You have some in Palestine, you have like 2 or 3 churches, and you have 4 maybe, and 1 in Jordan. And the church in Jordan is like part of Palestine. It was part of Palestine churches. So you don't have a Lutheran thinking, a Lutheran way of spreading this theology. So it's weird when you talk about this theology within the Arab community. So it's as well, it's another challenge. You need not just only to deconstruct your own beliefs, your own thought that you were raised in, but as well, you need to walk with the community as well to do this deconstruction and to introduce at least these questions and this way of viewing God, at least. Well, I just want to say thank you for your support. And I mean, this support led us to do many great things, in my opinion. And one of them is to do a strategy for our ministry. So basically, our ministry now is divided into 3 sections. So we have 3 entities. We call it Salam Ministry, so which means peace in Arabic. So we have the Salam Arabic Church. It will be here in Sacramento, in Morse Avenue, with the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. So they will host us. We have the Salam Mission Team. This team is the one who will work with all the social ministry, because in this ministry we work with Afghan refugees, especially. So, and now we have partnerships with Amparo, LIRS, LDR. So we're doing all this social ministry and social work. And we had to strategize our working. So, and the third entity is related to a mobile church. We call it the Salam radio station. Actually, now I applied for a project with the innovation team with the LCA, and we are now in partnership, and they accepted the project. We will do the first online Arabic Christian radio station with some visual platform. So when you broadcast live, so people can see you when you're doing this. It's like a podcast, but it will be a 24/24, and it will be a platform for Arab-speaking people or Arab-understanding people, because you have the 3rd generation, so people can understand Arabic, but they cannot write or speak it fluently sometimes. And it will be an ecumenical radio station, so it will have a place for everyone, for every Arab-speaking church, and or like we can have some interfaith programs. So it's like now we're doing all the studies to do the grid and to launch this radio station. And I mean, the reason behind that is that I guess we need a new modality for the church. Church members are decreasing within all the statistics in all the world. And people now, they just cannot have one physical place to go, because especially youth, because here in the churches you can see always the retired people, because they have their home, they are retired, they can come to the church, they enjoy, they do activities within the church. But the young and the working generation, they don't. And usually because they are tired, because we lack sometimes of new ideas, of innovative ideas. Sometimes they don't want. Sometimes they have misconceptions. Sometimes they are hurt from the church. Anyway, we have plenty of causes. But for me, one of the main causes is that it's a physical address. So people change physical addresses. I mean, they seek opportunities. I mean, youth, they go to other colleges, they seek new opportunities, new jobs outside their area, outside their home. They have new homes always. So this app, actually, they have always this mobile, actually. And this app will be on their mobile, so they will always carry the church, and they will always have a way to come back to the church and to know more, and to stay connected to their faith. So this is the idea, because everything is shifting to mobile, and we have a mobile now for so just to meet our members and our especially youth to where they are. I mean, and this will be for them. This is the reality. I mean, when you have your phone in your hands, you have everything. You have your accounting, you have your contacts, you have the world, you do everything through this small piece. So, and I guess we need to have the church as well within this small piece. I mean, I'm sure that this cannot substitute totally the church, the physical church, but it's part to be always connected to that church. It's part to always know that you have options. You can find us here. So don't worry. We are with you. We are closer to you than you can imagine. So you can find us. So, I mean, this is the idea, I guess. And actually, when I was in Dearborn, Michigan, I was invited to an Arabic church there. I went through many families, and with their cars, people are putting like an FM radio that it's broadcasting from Canada. Actually, it's a secular Arabic radio station, but they all of them, they are putting it in their cars without, just the volume is very low, but it's always like they are hearing some Arabic thing, and when they are interested, they raise up the volume. So it was like, people sometimes feel like they are okay, and they are trying to get their children as well listen to it. I mean, when they are in the car, so they can know and they can speak Arabic as well. So it was like this idea, oh my God, so we need like an app or something, because having an FM here, it's not very feasible because of the geographical areas, and but an online thing that you can put it, and you can always have a way to be connected. And for me, I mean, it was divided to two as well. So you can have the 24 hours hymns. I don't want to hear anyone speaking. I don't want to hear anyone preaching me or saying any word. I just want to listen to music. So I can have this option as well. I can have the option to listen to the grid and to the old programs of the radio, and so we thought about all of these, and we're trying to do our best in this. And this is part of of your support as well, because you supported this mission, and all the other supporters that they were here to support this mission. So it's a thank you for you. And we are here, actually. We are doing things, trying to do things.
Absolutely. Amen. Well, thank you so much, Charbel. And it's been really great to talk with you and to hear some of your story. And if there's anything else that I or the church can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we will continue to pray for you, for your ministry, for your congregations, for everything that you're doing, and thank God for what you are doing.
Thank you. And if you know any Arab communities or people,
I'll pass it along. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, God's blessings be with you today and all days. And thanks again.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
Ciao.